Where is he?
Where are you? Skull Rock. Do you know it?
Hello, this is Stacy over at the Skull Rock broadcast. I'm joined by...
Hello, this is Megan. Welcome back to our Stranger Things and Pop Culture podcast. And we have a cool episode planned for you today. We have a special guest, which Stacy, I feel like, mentions all the time on the podcast.
Yeah.
So there's like multiple people that Stacy just like says their names with
I
no
just
context.
assume all the listeners know who I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, you know, Shane. Yeah.
So finally, everybody's getting to meet Shane, Stacy's tattoo artist and friend, and I'm getting to meet Shane as well. So nice to meet you, Shane. How's it going?
Hello, nice to meet you as well.
How's everybody doing?
You know, living life, man.
Feeling pretty good. Not too bad here.
Good. Stacy, you been watching anything?
So I actually meant to ask Shane, did you go and see Obsession yet?
I have not. That is in my top. There's like 3 things that I'm dying to see, and that is within that 3.
You will fucking love it.
Stacy
it is
loved
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
I've heard that, which is, you know, I've heard that it's not like the new grief porn that comes out nowadays,
Yeah.
you know, for horror movie, you know. So I heard that that's a good thing.
I just love that, like, they're dominating the box office, and I'm going to go see Backrooms tomorrow, and they were, like, 2 young YouTubers, like, are making horror movies, and they're just literally doing box office successes. So there might still be hope for horror, you know, yet.
No, the Backrooms looks very interesting to me. 100%. That looks great.
Yeah, you'll have to keep us posted, Stacy.
It looked a lot like Channel Zero. Did you ever end up watching Dream Door with Pretzel Jack?
Yes, I did. Yeah, with the contortionist fucking clown dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched that.
it's terrifying.
That was kind of crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know very little about the Backrooms thing, but I know that
Me too.
that it was made just by like a kid. He just made a YouTube video just years ago when he was I want to say 14.
Mhm.
And I could be completely wrong. I might be making this all up, but I'm sure
It
I
sounds
kind
great.
of think that this is a real thing. And
Yeah.
he just kind of made this, and it just took off. And
Mm-hmm.
then they approached him to make the actual movie. And I just seen I seen a video the other day of, I forget who it was. It was another director, and they essentially were saying that they were hired to come onto the shooting of that film to help him out because he was, you know, brand new. He's never even been on like a set. And he said that he didn't do anything. He said that the kid just totally just took control of the entire thing and just worked with the DP like directly. And like he said that he had it just down. Like, this is his mythology that he made. And it seems like it looks really cool to me. And little spoiler, I guess, but I saw did you see Alien Romulus?
It's the same actor who plays the hybrid baby.
Yes.
Nope. I'm out. That
Terrifying.
guy's like 7 feet tall.
It's terrifying. That guy is, you know, like, what is he? You know,
If that fucker gets cast, you're looking at a huge monster is going to be in it.
Yeah. There's, you know, he's coming out, he's doing something. What else could he do? You know, it's not going to be the romantic lead, you know.
Oh no. Is he really like 7 feet tall?
He's like 7'3", like 7'3".
It's terrifying.
He's literally like, he's massive. I think he's just, I don't know if he's a basketball player or something, but yeah, they had him for fucking for Romulus, and he pulls up at, you know, I'm not gonna say how, but yeah, he's fucking like, I was like, what is that? I was like, 'cause, you know, but
I thought it was all
great.
CGI, and then they were like, no, that's a real actor. It's
No,
like
I saw like the behind the scenes video on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit! I'm like, this is like someone's like, you know, point guard in the basketball team.
It's 2 shacks glued on top of each other.
it
I'm like,
might as well
Jesus.
be. It's like a Russian shack.
Yeah.
Russian shack. That's the big spoiler alert.
So, Stacy, I don't think I know this, and I'm wondering now, when did you meet Shane, and like how long have you guys known each other?
So I'll never forget it. It was way back in like 2012, 2013. We have a mutual friend, Nate. Shout out Nate Levine. Woo!
Nate, all day, Nate, death metal
All day,
Nate.
Nate.
Let's go.
And I just remember I'm like VHS hunting with him, and he'd always talk about his buddy Shane. And I remember like me and Shane crossed paths a few times, both like going to the same VHS hunts. Like one time it was like, remember out of the 18-wheeler, that old lady Ruth? It was the middle of February.
Was it New Hampshire? I
Yeah,
think?
she's like crawling to the back of the 18-wheeler, middle of February.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
us
We were
three.
like, and she had like a barn too, and it was like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, don't step on
We
my
didn't
tapes.
find anything good. There was nothing good. There was nothing good there at all.
So we like would like kind of like go in the same circles of hunting for VHS tapes and stuff. Usually I'd hit like a closing down store, and they'd be like, your two buddies were there the day before. They cleared us out. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
But I
Nate
mentioned like he would get everything. He probably is the
he
biggest
was on top of
collection.
that.
And I remember like I was, being stupid in college and getting drunk. And if someone had a tattoo gun, I'm like, that's a good idea. Cool. Let me get like a black blob on me, like that makes no sense. And then I went, oh, fuck, what did I do? So I was like, I'd love to get something covered up that I have zero memory of getting, but it was done in the kitchen and it was just like a blob. And he said, yo, my friend, this is literally how Nate sounds. He goes, yo, my friend Shane, he loves doing horror work. And he ended up having us meet, and I went to Shane's shop, Crown of Thorns, and he did a Pet Cemetery cover-up. And then after that, it was like any like weird niche hyperfixation tattoo. I'd go, Shane, you down to tattoo it? He'd go, fuck yeah. And it would just, like, Shane's amazing at portrait work, and I'm covered in faces. And I always say that I'm like a walking billboard for Shane, because I don't think I texted you, but I was at the bank the other day, and there was this girl, I didn't get her name, and she goes, oh my God, I love your tattoos. like a fucking tool bag. I like do finger guns, and I'm like, Shane Murphy, Crown of Thorns tattoo. And she goes, oh, I know Shane. And she was like, that's amazing. And I'm like,
Oh,
look
shit.
at me. So advertising. But yeah, he's been tattooing me since like 2013. So I am covered.
A very long time. Yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy. It's awesome.
Do you know how many tattoos that you have that Shane didn't do?
My star tattoo on my hand.
The
when I
very first
turned
one you ever
18.
got?
Every
Yeah.
single one he's done.
Okay.
So
Cool. Yeah. Well, hopefully we have more time to talk about tattoos later. But I think you also wanted to mention Shane's company, Theater of Creeps.
yeah, Shane, could you tell us a little bit about Theater Creeps? We'll punch up the links and stuff when this episode airs. What is Theater of Creeps?
So it was more so just like a way for me to, try to create my own version of like the memorabilia that I love collecting. That's what I've always been interested in, especially in posters and artwork and comic style type stuff. I mean, that's always what's drawn me to the horror to begin with. So it's kind of just my way of doing that. And I love, I love t-shirts. I collect, graphic t-shirts and whatnot. So making those and then making, the prints and the posters and stuff like that. It was just kind of my way of doing that, the thing that I love to collect and be around, but like making it myself and seeing if I could do it. And then, it kind of has taken its own thing over time. So it's great.
Cool. I love that.
It's so cool to see people like rocking your shirts. Like my friend Brandy, the first time I ever met her in person in New Orleans to meet JQ, she goes, I have an It shirt. I might wear that tomorrow. And I went, the new one or the old one? And she goes, 1990. She walks out, Theater of Creeps. And I go,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fuck
it's
yeah.
so funny seeing your shit in the
That's
wild.
cool.
I'm always like, and
No,
you of course
it sends me
made that.
too.
You made that killer piece recently based off Stranger Things, which was a little homage to Dream Warriors, which I showed
Yeah.
Megan for the first time.
Don't be trying to talk yourself down here. You're the pretty much the one that came up with that idea with me during
We
a tattoo
brainstormed.
appointment. We were talking and we were trying to come up with something, and then we kind of put that together. And then she's like, I watch Stranger Things. I really enjoy Stranger Things, but obviously Stacy is, she's got to know about all the the ins and outs of it and telling me which characters from Dream Warriors would specify into the Stranger Things universe and so forth and whatnot. So, but that was years ago, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm just kind of I'm like a slob, and it takes me years to do anything. But I just didn't ever get to doing that, and then finally, you know, once the new season was coming out, and I kind of got, you know, kind of re-upped on watching it and whatnot, being interested again and whatnot. And I was like, wow, that's actually like a genius idea. And I didn't, you know, think anybody had done it yet. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And so that's kind of how that works. So don't downplay yourself on that, because you basically gave me that idea, because I don't really.
That was a Stay Still Reviews Theater of Creeps collab.
That was it
Yeah.
right there. You know, I'll give full credit on that, you know.
Yeah, no, that was a blast. I loved getting that. I know Brandy got one and my friend Belinda, and they said it looks so nice framed. So just your artwork's amazing. And definitely, guys, check out Theater of Creeps. You know, he does it all, from prints to shirts to pins, just the coolest stuff. So what we're going to do now, Mr. Murph, is we are going to do rapid fire, and it's going to have something to do with Stranger Things, like your favorites, your least favorites, whatnot. Okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. Favorite character?
Oh, geez. Wow, that's tough. I mean, does the Demogorgon, does like that count, or like a
That
like
counts.
Yeah.
like yeah? I think
the
that's
Demogorgons are awesome.
I love the design of it and like the idea of it, and it, like that's I'd say that's my favorite part of the show.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, as somebody who, you know, likes horror and stuff like that, that monster aspect.
A
of
giant
it.
flower
Yeah.
monster. That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
It's cool. I enjoy it.
Do you have a favorite season? Like 1 through
Um,
5?
What season did I like the most? You know what? I think the reason that I like this one the most is because I just love the motif of it. But is it 3 with the mall?
Yeah.
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 The Scoops Ahoy. That's definitely probably my favorite, just because I love the aesthetic of the mall. And then also I went to Halloween Horror Nights in, I forget what year it was, but they did season 3 as a house there. And at the very end of it, when you walk through, you're literally in like the cafeteria of the mall, and then they have like the massive fucking monster, like
That's
full
amazing.
scale animatronic.
Like the
coming
Mind
down at you.
Flayer. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
so
it was
my God.
it was the Mind Flayer, right? Like that
Yeah.
was coming from like the ceiling of the mall. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what they had, and I was like, wow, that's just the best. And I just like the aesthetic of, you know, the 80s in the mall. I don't know, I just
Yeah.
you know, that sells me.
It's your chopping mall loving heart. That's why.
Absolutely. Yep. Monroeville Mall. You know.
So obviously, would you say your favorite monster is the Demogorgon as well?
Probably within the show, yeah. I just think the
Mhm.
design is probably the coolest.
Yeah.
Out of them. I mean, yeah, the demo dogs are also really cool. The Mind Flayer looks insane. But I just like the classic, the first Demogorgon that you see when he's open.
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite for sure.
A classic.
What about like a favorite moment? Do you have anything that comes to mind, like, of just like scenes that you really enjoyed?
I think what is it, season 4? I believe when they're like, I forget who's in there. Maybe Eddie's in the Upside Down, and he's looking upwards, and the kids are on the they're up above them, and they're
Mhm.
looking like reverse to one another, and
It's
they're
very
trying to get.
poltergeist. Yeah.
I like that a lot. I
Mhm.
thought that was a really cool scene. And then also another reason that I like it is because of the Halloween Horror Nights house. They recreated that.
That's so
you
cool.
walked in and you looked up at the ceiling, and there was people looking down on you that looked like they were on your same plane. Like, it was insane. It was just crazy. So
That's
yeah, I
amazing.
would say that's definitely something that stands out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
a good one.
Now, you said I know that you attend Halloween Horror Nights, you know, as much as you can. Have they only done Stranger Things one particular year, or has it been every year that one like stood out for you, or was it the season 3 house that made you go like, this is it?
That was my favorite one, but they've
Mhm.
done the first. I believe they've done at least the first 3 seasons. I
Mhm.
don't believe they've done the 4th one. Well, no, they
Well,
no,
if they
they
did,
did.
have.
yeah, if they did
They
that
did do the
scene.
4th. No, they did
Yep.
do the 4th one. I'm sorry, they did. Yeah, so they've done 1 through 4, and I would
Mhm.
say that the 4th one is my favorite one. I will say, Stacey, that when I was going through the 4th house the last time, they have an Eddie section where he's getting attacked by the bats, and I was
Oh my
trying to get
God.
a picture of the guy that they had playing Eddie because he looked nothing like Eddie,
Oh
but he was
no.
just dressed like him, and they had like the lights shooting and whatever, and it was fucking hilarious. And sometimes I can sneak shit in there like real like stealthily,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was trying to get it, but the lighting was so bad. But like I was like, you would die because you'd be like, who is this?
Mood.
It's like Eddie from Timu or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
From Sheen.
yeah, it was not. It was Teddy. It wasn't
It
Eddie.
was Teddy. Did you see that they're going to do a Sinner's House?
Yeah, you know what? I think that's I think that's cool. I think they could do a lot with that.
Shane,
You
are you
know,
going to
'cause-
be dancing with the vampires, Rocky Road to Dublin? Are you going to be doing that?
I'm an Irish boy. Is what it is.
So did you like season 5 and maybe like why or why not? Or what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
So, you know what? I did like it. There were certain things about it that I was a little disappointed with, like in the last 2, maybe the last episode or the last 2 episodes. My one thing that I was kind of like a little bummed out about from watching it was they kind of made Vecna look like he was a little too he just wasn't as strong as he was portrayed.
No.
And that's what kind of made me like pissed off, because there was a scene where the little girl pulled the young boy, I don't know their names, but into the cave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Vecna was trying to get him, and she just pulled him in. And over this absolutely insane extraterrestrial, like celestial being or whatever. So that was like, all right, what is this? And then the other thing that I didn't like was when they, the mind flayer thing, like this dude has been here since the first season. He's an absolute, it's an extremely large, what is it? You know what I mean? It's the biggest monster you could think of. And they took it out with what was it? Like a flaming something?
I'm
And it
sorry,
was
but
like-
11 ripped it open like it looked like a pussy and got inside it and then defeated Vecna in 30 seconds. And I was like, that was it?
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones, but like, that's how I felt about the Night King. Like, that dude was like the coolest shit ever. I was like, I want to see this guy. I want to see him flourish. I want to see him take over the entire place. But they just like got rid of him within, what was it? Like, he got stabbed by, and that was the end of it. And that was okay. And I'm like, you just, one episode he's dispatched. Like, you didn't even have like a full battle. Like, I thought like maybe the
All
mind
this lead
flayer
up.
could be like more involved in whatever. And then like, obviously if like, like who protects Vecna? The fucking Demigorgons. So it's like, why are there no Demigorgons? You know what I mean? So
Well,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
the Duffer Brothers, you'll go, they were off camera. That was their answer to everything. They were off camera.
Yeah. No, I read about that. They said that they were
Yeah.
like, oh, they were there, but like they didn't
Don't
know
even
yet.
get me
Like,
started. Don't even get me started. I literally compared it to the original It miniseries ending. It was kind of like, I don't know, did we run out of money? Like, you're like, oh, it's a big spider.
let's just
Oh.
throw it, throw it at the wall and hope it sticks. That's like what they did with that
Cool.
shit.
We'll never know why he was collecting 12 children, but whatever.
We got to figure
Yeah.
it out some way. We got to end it in one way or another.
Yeah, I do. Dude. Don't even get me started. How many Stranger Things tattoos do you think you've roughly done over the years?
Oh, geez. So I mean, I don't know about how many I've done on you, but
A lot.
I've definitely done a lot on you.
Like 5 or
Um,
6. Yeah.
Yeah. I've also done a Demigorgon on a knee. I
Oh,
just did
cool.
that a little like maybe like last year. I
Mhm.
also did a Demigorgon on the on an ankle that was wrapped in the Christmas lights. So that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever seen. I'll send you a picture of it. I'll find it.
I know. I want to see that now.
And then a weird one that I did was actually it was a tattoo of 11, but as a child, like that iconic photo of
Oh,
her, the child,
yep.
but with Pennywise makeup.
Ooh, I kind of
That
like
was
that.
their
Crossover.
that was their
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
But I mean, I get it because you can kind of see correlations between the first season and it,
100%.
obviously, you
Yeah.
know. So, but other than that, yeah, I think that's probably it. I haven't done like a. Oh, I just did a Vecna. I did a fucking Vecna. I did a Vecna.
Oh, that must have looked good.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I've done.
Love
I remember.
that.
Are there any Stranger Things tattoos or artwork that you would still like to do?
I mean, pretty much anything, anything
Yeah.
with that. I mean, it's so much great imagery in the entire series and just like a lot of cool just motifs for any of it. I mean, any of like the the classic 80s aesthetic and whatever else. And then even just the characters that they made, I'll be doing something on Stacey soon, probably.
I mean, we already know it. I'm like, yeah, name the place and time, baby. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
So we're going to get on to our main topic of physical media because I know you are a huge collector. And just kind of spitballing, like, as we know, VHS, like, obviously with social media and stuff, it almost had this, like, comeback, with this nostalgia. And, of course, the glory days of Slasher Film Week. And everybody was, taking these little niche photos with their VHS collections. And I know, like, there's a big, like, community with, trading and hunting because video stores over time did eventually all close down. So,
Oh, yeah.
you either pay a huge price online or you can go to even conventions to get them. What would you say was, like, maybe your top favorite VHS tapes as a kid that you just remember so vividly as a child?
Oh, that's a sick question.
I know.
Yeah, because that's a good question because that is like the reason that like I like any of this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because they resonated with me so much as a kid that it's like, the number one that I think of that's like crazy. It's not even anywhere near my favorite, like by any means. But like I have such a like distinct memory of this when I was a little kid, and it was twice in the same store. And I was walking through and it was a video store. It was not like a, Blockbuster. Everybody has
Like a
this
mom and
weird,
pop one.
It was like, that's the only good ones. Everyone has this
Uh-huh.
like this forced nostalgia about Blockbuster. Blockbusters was trash. Like it
Yeah.
was
It was shitty.
legitimate trash.
My
Like,
parents
unless you
would
wanted to
not
rent-
take us there. Like they were like, we're
Go to the
going to
private
the
one.
local one. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like
that's the
that-
one that has the real shit.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get Speed or something for on VHS.
Speed
like,
2.
yeah, like whatever. I'll watch that shit, but that's not what I want. I want like some weird ass like painted VHS cover of some bullshit that was made on
Yeah.
a video camera of some guy in Vancouver.
You
That's
want
what
to
I want.
smell the cigarettes. You want to see the beaded
Yes,
curtain.
I
of the
want to.
adult section.
I don't want. I don't need. Pamela Anderson, barbed wire, or fucking. Whatever. So, I went into this like mom and pop store with my mother, and I remember looking up at the top rung of like the whole fucking shit, and there was like just every movie was stacked up there, and there was Night of the Demons, the original Night of the Demons with Angela on the cover.
Yep.
And for some reason, I swear to God, like I don't even, it looked at me, like it moved its eyes, and it like freaked me out to the next level that I could never get over. And I still remember it to this
Little
day.
blonde baby Shane.
I was like a bleached blonde baby bowl cut boy, and it was unbelievable. And then right after that happened, I pulled out the Toxic Avenger, and I loved the Toxic Crusaders.
Yep.
So I showed it to my mom, and she was like, "That's rated R. You're not renting it." even though she had me watching rated R shit all the time,
Famous last
you know.
words, yeah.
but she didn't let me rent it. So, but I remember that. But like, when it comes to VHS covers, I mean, there's just my favorite one of all time is it's the media release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just the greatest thing ever made. I can't remember the name of the artist that made it, but it has Sally's eyes up here.
Yes. Yep.
And he's running, and it's all blue hued. It's the greatest piece of artwork that's probably ever been made.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that's my favorite.
That's awesome. Stacey, did you want to share any of yours?
I mean, I was the same way. Mom and pop private video store, and I'd go straight to the horror section because they had the coolest covers, and just probably like the Nightmare on Elm Streets for me, or like the cover of Jason Goes to Hell. Like it looks like a turd going through Jason's mask, but you're like,
it's
what's
awesome.
that?
And it was fucking metallic. It was shiny. I have it upstairs. It's embossed. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so good. Like, of course, you need it.
Yeah, you have to go there. That's what shaped our childhood.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm not going to share mine because Stacey will make fun of me, and it's on other podcast episodes.
She grew up very differently than you and I, Shane.
But you know what, though? I'm sure it's fucking probably sick. I mean, I like all everything else, too. I had so many, I had them big box Disney fucking shits. I had the Little Mermaid with a golden dick, dude. I had the little fucking... It. Yeah.
The Disney stuff was fun. For some reason, I constantly rented the movie Andre about the seal.
The seal?
Oh my God, yeah.
I was I would rent that just all the time. I don't know why my parents didn't just buy it for me. And then Sabrina with Harrison Ford.
In fact, actually, Shane, I'm wearing my RoboCop shirt. She hasn't seen RoboCop yet, and that's my mission for the Patreon. I want to show her RoboCop. I feel like that's a feel-good movie.
He shoots a rapist in the dick.
I know. They mentioned it. They made a reference to it in The Pit, that TV show, and I was so proud of myself that I understood
caught the RoboCop
reference because we've talked about it on another podcast episode. But
RoboCop is fire.
We had a guest go, it's aimed towards children, and we all went,
leave Mike alone.
Yeah, we're like, what?
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to watch RoboCop.
Anyway, so what are some of your favorite VHS tapes that you own? And is there a holy grail that you're still searching for?
Good question. So yeah, my favorite ones that I own is that Texas Chainsaw that I was talking about with the beautiful, the best cover of all time. I also have I have a sealed copy of Faces of Death. So that's one that I like.
See the new one?
I have not seen the new one, and I don't
report back to me. It was a choice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could understand it for what it is. I just don't like that they called it Faces of Death, because it's like, how are you gonna do that with the internet? There's way worse things on the internet than Faces of Death. But I get that it's like a story and whatever, so I definitely will watch it.
So you have a sealed copy of it? That's insane.
Yeah, I have it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's not fully like originally sealed, but it's like whatever. It's covered in cellophane.
Yeah.
But it looks legit to me. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's been used. And then I just love the cover and the whole feel of the Blood Diner. I have Blood Diner on VHS.
Diner.
And the movie might not be the best thing, but the everything about it is it's all I ever wanted in a tape. The
artwork is so goddamn cool. It's very similar to Motel Hell, which I rewatched recently. Banger.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. I got what's his name? Vincent. I got a Vincent figure over there from Motel Hell. But
my whole life has been a lie. I've put preservatives in my meat, and then he dies. Spoiler alert, Megan.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Because I'm definitely
it's a good
watch
movie.
That movie.
I feel like she would enjoy Motel Hell. Do you own Blood Rage?
I do. Yeah, I literally do on VHS. Yeah, I do. Yeah. it's actually kind of crazy because I remember the Blood Rage VHS like years ago. People were posting on eBay and it was going for crazy money.
Insane. Yep.
And I kept on to it because I have it on Blu-ray or like 4K or whatever the fuck it is now. And but like the VHS is so cool because the cover is like it's so
iconic.
sick. And then now recently the new tape that I've seen like kind of taken over on eBay, which I also own like a really nice copy of, and I still won't sell it, is the media release of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's selling for like $600 right now, like $500 to $600, and it's crazy. I have it upstairs.
I have to tell Brandy.
Yeah, so if you have the media release of Killer Clown from Outer Space, literally just regular VHS tape, it's like $500-$600 on eBay right now, even if it's a fucking shitty copy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God, I love this fandom. Just all right, gun to your head, you can only pick one kind of artwork. Would it be the Chainsaw Massacre artwork or another one?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that one.
You're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. And I love the sequel to the media release of the sequel where they're like the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club, unbelievable.
Nubbins, the dead hitchhiker. They just pose him.
The best.
So good. Megan, I'm telling you, I have so many classics to show you. You'll love it.
So Stacy wrote a really good question here, but I also want to kind of like ask a different question. So we were wondering if there's a movie that you own like multiple copies of in like every format, like VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. But also I wanted to ask, like, as somebody who doesn't really like collect physical media and stuff like that, you guys kind of got into this with VHS, but do you collect other formats of the movies as well? And like, what are like some of the like pros and cons and like things that you like about the different formats?
Yeah, absolutely. So, to go back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I have it on VHS, like probably three different releases of it on VHS.
Yeah.
Maybe I have like this super weird version of it on DVD that the back of it looks like
the
a
ground meat.
beef. Yes, I have that. Then I have it on Blu-ray, and then I have it on like 2 different 4Ks.
Is it worth it on 4K? I heard it's beautiful.
It's unbelievable. It's like one of the best looking things you can see on 4K. So I have a few of those. And then also Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, the original. I have that on VHS. I have that on special edition DVD. I have it on like 2 other VHSs. And then I have it on Blu-ray. And then I have it on the 4K. So that's usually only just for like my absolute favorites. I think I have another one that I have that, which there's like some of the Friday the 13th I have on fucking everything, like every format besides Laserdisc. And then maybe Joe Spinell's Maniac. That's one of my absolute favorites, and I have that on 3 different DVDs, and then like a Blu-ray, and then I have the 4K now. I don't have the VHS, so that is
really okay.
an absolute necessity for me.
I remember getting this is how old we are, the 20th anniversary of Halloween on VHS with the snow globe. That's Michael standing over Laurie. You have it. Yep.
I have the fucking snow globe.
I called Suncoast and I went, something's wrong with this tape. And they went, what do you mean? I go, there's black bars on the top and the bottom. And they went, that's widescreen. And I go, what is that? So imagine like 10-year-old Stacy bitching out the employee and who's like, fuck you. I'm like, where the tape's broken?
Do you still have the snow globe?
Oh, I still have the snow globe. I still have that snow globe. Yeah, that's been buried with me.
Yeah, no, you got to, dude. It's worth some change right now.
Good to know.
I literally have it. I have it right there.
His collection room is insane.
You have like mannequins behind you, like
literally. No, one's Ash.
These
One's
are
Ash,
statues.
one's they're statues. One's
Yeah.
Candyman and one's Ash, right?
No, it's Michael.
Michael. Oh, damn. I'm gonna get my hard card taken away. Now, what would you say is your favorite box set? Like, I remember I loved the VHS box set of the Nightmare on Elm Streets that came out. What would be your favorite box set in any format?
Oh, geez. For box set, you know what? I fucking love the I have a box set of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror on VHS.
I love that.
It is fucking, it's just sick. It's just, it's nothing great. It's just a fucking slipcase. I have other shit upstairs that's like a fucking whatever, anything you could think of, it's there. But that's probably my favorite one because it's just simple and it just makes me the happiest, I guess.
It reminds you of your childhood. I rewatched all those this past
100%.
October.
I mean, that's it.
Whenever Homer goes in the different dimension and they're like, go get Ned Flanders. He has a ladder.
Hilarious. And they hide in the closet and they fucking fall in.
Exotic cakes. And it's just him walking away.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, so this question is really for both of you because I'm wondering about your opinion too, Stacey. But
thank you.
One of the reasons we wanted to talk about physical media was because there is a Stranger Things box set coming out, and the Arrow Video is the company that's releasing it.
Of course.
So
That's good. That's good.
Yep, I'm pumped.
With this release, what is something that we should be excited about, or that you're hoping that they include in the release?
Well, I can start that off. Shane was actually the one that got me into Arrow. Arrow is a really great company. They sell in the U.S. and Europe, and he recommended Society 1989. And I was like, is it worth it on Blu-ray? And Shane, I remember you telling me, you were like, it's crystal clear, the transfer, the sound, usually when you have to like lower the volume because there's a pop out and then you have to rise it back up. The sound's perfect, and it comes with the booklet, and like this case is sick. And it's just such a bizarre, gory practical effects movie that's so great, but it was packed full of extras, not only with the special effects, the behind the scenes stuff. Arrow Video, it's worth the price. Like, I got the only two that I have in front of me, like the Brain Damage release. Like, it came with a pin of the little monster and stuff. They go balls out with all the special features. Like, it's worth every cent. So I feel like Arrow Video was the company to be able to do this all 5 seasons. Shane, I'll have to send you the artwork of the box set. It looks amazing. But I would say probably I'd love to see Screen Test and a lot of the behind the scenes makeup stuff. I'd love to see them making, because a lot of that did start off as puppets. So I'd love to see them making the Demogorgons or like applying all the bat bites to Eddie and stuff. I'd love to see that. What about you, Shane?
Yeah, I didn't know that they're doing that. That's awesome. That's because they're gonna get like so in depth. I guarantee you they'll probably have like 2 or 3 like over an hour long documentaries on the making of or the behind the scenes, especially of each season. If it's all seasons,
yeah,
it's all 5 together in a
5.
box. Oh wow, that's the best company that could probably take it on. I mean. That's definitely what I think. I mean, Shout Factory is great as well, and Criterion is, but that doesn't really, suit for Criterion at this point. It's too new. But yeah, I mean, Arrow doing it, like, you're gonna get like the best thing we can get. It's gonna be extremely fan oriented too, because they will put everything into it. Yeah, they will.
They did Blood Rage. Right? They did Blood Rage?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and they went all out. Yeah. Anytime
Yeah.
they do a release, sometimes they would do ones that were only available, like the House sequels over in the UK, but just like for the most niche movie, it would be jam-packed full of special features because they're fanboys themselves. So imagine 5 seasons worth of the most
5
popular
seasons
Netflix show.
of modern movies, of modern shows. They're going to have so fucking much. I mean, they obviously documented everything they were doing when that show was being made.
Yeah.
So, like, they're going to definitely have that be a part of it. And, like, that's going to be extensive. I mean, what is it, like fucking 8-9 discs probably or something, right? Like, yeah,
It's like this
gonna be
big,
good.
yeah. Buy
That's
Netflix
awesome.
subscription, yeah.
That's fucking that's worth it.
What do you think that, like, because again, I'm not like familiar with all of this, but like, will it be like a better like watching experience, like watching it on these discs rather than like streaming? Like, do you
I
think
think
the
so.
quality will be better?
I would definitely say so, because there's definitely going to be shot in, at least, I'm assuming maybe 4K or at least HD or whatever. And if it's on the disc, I mean, as long as you're watching it through like the accurate player, I'm assuming it's going to be better than streaming, because streaming, they definitely, they kind of take down their bandwidth and shit. I can't think of the name, the word of it. I'm trying to think of, but.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
No, I agree though, but Netflix is getting so goddamn expensive, and nothing against them. It's just like, they've had some really great shows, but I was surprised that they cranked this out as fast as they did, because I thought they'd want to keep people that have Netflix subscriptions a little longer. But as soon as I heard Arrow, I went, we're in good hands,
Yeah, no, honestly, I think one of the best hands you can be in for when it comes to like just the amount of special features and like in-depth things they include with it for people that are in the fandom.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, Shane, you can only pick two. Now these are modern horror companies: Scream Factory, Arrow Video, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin Films, or Synapse. You can only pick two.
We're going to go Vinegar Syndrome. And
they released Marmalade.
And Pavements. I think I bought Pavements.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They do such a good job.
Yeah.
I love Vinegar Syndrome. They're awesome, putting shit that you would never even think you'd even watch, but on like 4K, which is crazy. They put Deranged, like the Ed Gein, like absolute, like, it's basically the story of Ed Gein, but they call him Ezra. They put it on the fucking 4K. Like, that's insane,
Packed full of special features.
Yeah, like all I had of that was a fucking a PAL Region B DVD I couldn't even watch, so them and what'd you say, Arrow,
Shout, Synapse.
Shout is, I mean, they're all great. Yeah, I'd probably say, definitely Vinegar for first, and then I'd probably say Arrow, just because of the quality. Shout puts out a lot of great things.
They do.
Things that, like, you usually, like, you wouldn't see, or they'll give you a nice fucking copy of it, But I think Arrow is a little bit more thorough with their releases and, like, what they put out.
Because I felt like with Shout Factory, shout out Jeff Nelson, like, they did great with all their special features, but they were just getting licenses for so much shit. Like, if it was 2016-17, Megan, it was every title you could think of. Like, I showed her the Monster Squad. Like, literally every B movie you saw in the video store growing up, they got licensing for, which was insane. Arrow, their releases aren't as much, but like Shane said, there's a little more thought, a little more oomph. They are able to track down more people and shoot documentaries and, make it really worth its, price.
Okay. That's cool.
100%. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on other like nostalgic forms of physical media coming back, like vinyls, cassettes, stuff like that?
Well, you're barking up the right tree here, because I have I have like a pretty extensive vinyl collection upstairs, and a pretty decent cassette collection upstairs. Well, because like that's what I, even when CDs kind of came around for me, like I just didn't, I didn't have a CD player yet. So I had my Sony Walkman, the big yellow fucking thing you could take running, I guess, that wouldn't skip when you were running. I didn't run. I was 9. But like cassettes were like, that was my thing. I'm obsessed with music. I still am. So when, like that was my first, thing to it. So I always would I love cassette tapes. And then obviously I moved on to CDs, and then I have iPod and all that, and I have a
Yeah.
Spotify account now I pay for, so whatever. But I still do buy the cassettes,
Yep.
because they just bring me back to it. I love the linear notes of the cassettes. I love the physical ownership of that, and then especially with the vinyls. I mean, the vinyls are beautiful. They sound amazing. And
Yep.
then if it's like a nice gatefold with linear notes and all the fucking fixings and all the shit, it's unbelievable. And I think that I mean, in the end, I feel like if you're somebody that loves consuming this type of media, I mean, whatever it is, music, movies, any of that, the best way to do it, and the way that it was intended, is to do it through the physical format.
I agree.
Because as the and then as time goes on, even with movies, once you start, oh, I'm gonna watch it on Amazon, whatever, Amazon can fucking take that off of their service.
It happens all the time. Yeah.
They can take it off their service. They can make a thing, or if they really wanted to, they can edit it. They can edit it to a point where that's it's more consumable for what their target should be.
Yeah.
If you try to watch The Simpsons on Disney right now, sorry, this is like a tangent. I'm
No,
I
this
love
is
it.
why-
I love it.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to talk
but-
about.
If you want to watch fucking, you want to watch The Simpsons, all right? I think, what is it, the second or third season of The Simpsons, there's an episode that has a character that is voiced by Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. You can't find it, right?
So you can only get it on the DVDs that I own, like the DVDs that you
Insane.
bought. It's not on the Disney Channel. You can go on there now and it's done. And even the way that they format The Simpsons now on the Disney Channel, I can't think of the original dimensions for the formatting, but they fucking cut shit off.
I
It
hate
cuts
that.
it off the way that it's formatted now.
Yeah.
So you don't even see. Sometimes there will be a visual gag in the show.
Mhm.
You can't even see it because they cut it out. And then they just have full ownership over that shit. So
Yeah.
if they decide one day, hey, you know what, this doesn't really go with the fucking narrative or what's going on right now, you can't watch it. We're taking it
And
away.
it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's gone. So that's to me, that's crazy. And that's why physical media is so important. And I think it needs to continue and to flourish because that's the way that it was intended to be watched.
100%.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because I get the convenience out of it. Totally guilty of doing that. I'm like
100%. I mean,
oh,
I
you
even
know.
do it sometimes too. I'll watch the fucking Simpsons on Disney.
Yeah. But just
I
something
almost
about
got back
owning
Shudder
the actual
to
thing.
fucking watch
You can use my
Tales from the
You can
Crypt.
literally use my login because they're releasing each season weeks apart from each other.
weeks
and I'm
apart,
like,
right? In my stupid ass, I have them all. I own
Yeah,
it. They're in my
same.
room,
Yep.
but I don't want to get up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. What do you think is the percentage of time that you're actually watching or listening to something on the physical media that you own compared to the percentage of the time that you're streaming?
You know what? That's an extremely depressing question.
Yeah.
I know because we
Like-
know the answer. I'm like, ugh.
As much as I'm a fucking, I'm going hard for physical media and shit.
Yeah.
The convenience, when you're already on the couch,
Yep.
my fucking dog is on my lap. I don't want to get up. I don't want to ruin his night.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna click it on.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go get up. You know what? It does suck. There's so many times I'm like, man, I have this beautiful fucking 4K. The only time I'll make an exception if it's man, I really want to watch this movie. And if it's on any streaming platform that I have, if I own it, I'm getting up. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Shane, you would be disgusted with me. I showed her the Nightmare on Elm Streets 1 through 4, and I'm like, I literally own this in every format, and I'm like, rent $3.99 Amazon. I go, what? Such
No,
an
that's
asshole.
crazy. You can't do that.
Like to
It's-
pay
such
for
an asshole.
it when you
Don't
actually
give
own
them
it.
nothing more.
Yeah.
They've already taken enough from us, Stacy.
Or like to watch it with like tons of commercials or something like that.
Oh,
like,
don't even get me started.
Oh my God, it's all commercials now. Everything you do, you could pay for the fucking ad-free shit. They're still doing their, you're done. You're getting a Neutrogena commercial in the middle of it.
yeah, I don't think I told you, Stacey. Like to watch Twin Peaks, I bought Mubi, like because I am refusing to watch it for on like I think it's on Tubi,
Paramount
maybe?
Plus, I
Or-
think.
but it's on.
Yeah, too. You can enjoy it
Fucking
like
Tubi.
that.
No,
Fucking Tubi.
like we've tried to watch movies together on Tubi, and it's like
And
there's
it's like
just
she'll get
ads
5 commercials,
every-
I'll get 3.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
so
bad.
I got Mubi
No, it's
or
bad.
whatever, MUBI, because Twin Peaks is on there, and it
Worth
like
it.
yeah, it's worth it.
Oh
so
yeah, when I
far.
leech off somebody's streaming and they don't have ads, I'm like, is this how the other side lives? I'm like, I feel so bougie. Like, but it's true. And then like if you're, a horror lover and stuff, you might be used to seeing the uncut version of things or the director's cut, and then you're like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah,
this isn't what I
no good.
remember.
You guys talking about that, my only context for that I keep thinking about is like trying to watch like Love Actually on what was the the channel ABC Family.
Oh yeah, that
Like-
was edited to hell.
Yeah, where they would take out like all the scenes with like that like body double couple. Like
Well, I always think of so anytime they'd show Die Hard on cable, instead of saying motherfucker, they'd say melon farmers. So in Pineapple Express,
Whoa.
Danny McBride would go, yeah, he's messed with the wrong melon farmers.
That's crazy.
I always remember
know,
that.
Way to
Ugh.
ruin a whole fucking movie, dude. I'd be like, we're done.
Well,
I'm turning it
literally,
off.
I remember watching Roadhouse growing up on like TBS as a kid. And then I went to college and Jeanette had it. She put it on. And just like there's that scene where he rips the guy's throat out. And he's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. Me and my roommates, we went, whoa.
you
we
had
don't
never
remember
seen
this.
that.
Like we had seen the TBS version. So whoops. So Shane, do you own like any like paperbacks or hardcover books? Are you a book collector? Like I'm a big Stephen King collector.
Dude, I have a lot of fucking books too.
Love that.
Are there books
I'm
in
just
that
like an
room that
absolute,
you're
like,
sitting in too?
I'm like, no, this is just all like collectibles and toys
Okay.
and bullshit. I will show. I mean, I it probably wouldn't pan well on the recording, but I'll show you after.
okay.
But upstairs, I do have an entire. I mean, it's a lot of art books. It's a lot of
Love
true
that.
crime books.
Yep.
I have a lot of that. And then, yeah, I definitely do have like some Stephen King stuff, and I've been really interested in like trying to get more into it. I want to read
Mhm.
the Night Shifts first and kind of go more into that. But I do have some novels definitely, but
Mhm.
most of my books upstairs, I have a lot of books.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like film study shit, like horror movie shit,
Yeah.
and then graphic novel stuff,
Mhm.
and then like other movie stuff, and then yeah, just like serial killers and fucking
All that
garbage.
fun shit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just brain rotting garbage bullshit.
Love that.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, my problem is I'm not like a very good collector. I like go through like phases of like where I'm into something. I go through phases, but then I'm like, I don't really want this anymore. Like, I don't need this. Like, why
You have
do
the
I
millennial
have it?
crash out you need to purge. Yeah.
Yeah, and
no.
I like get rid of stuff. Like, and so, but then sometimes I regret getting rid of stuff.
I'm
like,
telling
so
you, hold
it's like
on
a
to
bad
it.
cycle. Like,
Me and Shane, our estate sales are going to be litty titty. Look at the Jaws paperback.
I've never
Shane,
read it.
I am hard
Never-
right now.
It's
kind of
never been
boring.
open.
It's kind of a boring book, a better movie, but look at
Archie
that. That's
cheats.
gorgeous. Oh, with Hooper. Oh, yeah. She's doing the nasty with Hooper. You got to get Jaws the Revenge on paperback.
That's
were the book movies based on the books, or the books are like adaptations?
The movies are based off the books. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know
Jaws
that there
is
was
based off of
books.
that book. Yeah.
okay.
I remember Shane was the one that sold me on Jaws 4K because I was like, I don't know. I just felt like I just,
Oh
replaced
God, it looks
with
great.
DVDs and then Blu-rays. And you were like, Stacey, if you have the proper TV, and you were like, I got Jaws. And I just remember you looking at me and you went, I felt like I was on the fucking boat. And it's true. Like, if you see it on a 4K TV, every 4th of July, I go to a Jaws party and they have a 4K TV. You should see me. I'm like, hold on to the armrest. I'm like, I'm going fishing with you, Quint. Like, it's amazing.
It's awesome. It's the best.
Yeah.
Certain movies, whatever. You don't need to see fucking The Microwave Massacre on 4K. It doesn't need to happen. But you can
You
fucking,
probably
you
could,
need to
though,
watch
if you wanted to.
fucking Jaws on 4K. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, I'm sure that shit would probably look better too. But like, you're not, like, it just gives you, even like Texas Chainsaw, which is like such a low res, fucking movie. Like,
It looks like a snuff
you should
film.
probably only watch it on a VHS tape, but it looks unfucking real. Like,
You
on
feel
4K,
like you're
you
there.
feel like you're
Yeah.
fucking, you're hot. It stinks, like when you're watching it. Like,
You
it's
just
the
smell
best.
meat.
It's awesome. It's the best thing I could think of.
We're
Yeah.
gonna show
But-
you that one too, Megan. Come
Ugh.
on.
Ugh.
Yeah, the best movie ever made for horror movies.
Love it.
So, do you prefer when there's a new Blu-ray or 4K release, do you prefer the artwork to be like the classic artwork for the film or like new artwork?
Ooh, it's tough.
That's a good debate.
Very tough. It depends. It depends because there's so
On the
many that come
artist.
out. Yeah. So I usually what I do like is that a lot of the companies, especially Shout Factory does this.
Mm-hmm.
They will do a double-sided. So you'll have
Yes.
one side with the new artwork, and then you can flip it over within the,
Mhm.
the jacket, and it's the original artwork. So I think that's the perfect medium.
Yeah.
There's definitely some that I'm like, wow, that looks fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah.
But in the end, I usually prefer the original because it just like signifies the movie to me. But I like the idea that you can flip the jacket, And not many of them do that I remember, but Shout does that every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love that. And Shout would usually use the same artist for a while too. So it would be really interesting
Yeah.
to see what take on a certain classic movie that they would, put a spin on.
Yes.
Because there were some
exactly.
classics, like every single Carpenter movie basically got released through them. What would be your dream physical media release? Unlimited budget.
Oh, geez. I would love a Jason Takes Manhattan fucking mega box.
Dude.
That just, it gives you a little container of the slime that they drop on Jason at the end in the
Yes.
in the sewer system, like a little container.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in there. And then I want new artwork around the whole world, just
Oh, yeah.
the best shit ever. And then
You want it
just-
to come with the pen that they give to the lead girl that was Stephen King's in the box
yes.
set.
Yes.
With
Right in
the
the
Statue of
beginning.
Liberty necklace.
I want it all. And I think the dog is named Toby. It should come with Toby.
It
for
should
me.
come with Toby. He delivers the box set.
Like I
Jason
want
Takes
Toby to come.
Manhattan.
I want Toby to live with me.
Oh. Megan, Jason Takes Manhattan, that's Shane's favorite. It is amazing.
Maybe Julius's fucking head.
Julius!
But yeah, no, I think, because how much I fucking die for that movie, and it doesn't get any respect. It's not a good movie. I don't care.
No, it's
You
a
know?
piece of shit, but it's, you know what? It's literally, I think I described it to you once, Megan. I was like, it really doesn't take place in New York because they didn't have a budget. So he's on a fucking cruise boat. So it's like
He's on a
Jason
cruise
on the
boat.
Love Boat.
From
Yep.
I think fucking from somewhere in Canada, and
Yep.
yeah, and somehow Crystal Lake has a means to get to the ocean, to the Atlantic
Yeah.
Ocean. It's never
Okay.
happened
There's-
before, but
There's
they
literally a
figure out
character.
way.
There's a character named Julius who's a boxer, and he starts boxing with Jason, and then finally he runs out of strength, and he's like, "Take your best shot," and Jason just with no effort at all just punches his head straight off, and then his head falls into a dumpster. So this
Yeah.
is fine art.
Sounds amazing. I was going to say that we like sometimes manifest things on this podcast by like speaking them into existence, but I think
It's
you're
been a
asking
weird chain. Yeah.
like for a little bit too much there
We
with
could,
the whole dog.
we could get the
and-
dog. We could get the dog.
I need the dog, dude.
We need the dog.
Maybe it's
The
like a
dog would
stuffed
have-
animal.
We could go with that. A Beanie Baby.
I mean,
Or it's-
Yeah, a Beanie Baby. There you go.
yeah.
Did you
Oh my
collect
God, I-
those too?
Shane, were you a Beanie Baby boy? Yeah. The
I was
Princess
kind
Di
of a
one?
Beanie Baby type of guy, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, come
I
on.
had
we
a
all
couple-
were.
I had
was
a couple
too.
beans.
It's okay.
I had a couple beans for the
Couple
boys,
beans.
dude.
Come with your pogs
You know?
and slammers.
Why the fuck not?
Why
What else
not?
were you doing at that fucking point, dude? You know? I wasn't playing fucking baseball and shit, dude. I was collecting Pog.
The look on your fucking face, I'll never forget. We're talking about Jason Takes Manhattan. I go, yeah, the like evil stepdad. I thought that was the host from Unsolved Mysteries. And you went, the one that gets drowned in the sludge? And you went, no, Stacy. And I went, I know he wore a trench coat, so I thought that was him.
What's his fucking name? I did a tattoo
Robert
of that guy.
Yeah, Robert Stack or Stack.
He's awesome. He's a fucking legend. I could listen to that fucking guy talk me to sleep for the rest of my life.
Oh my God, that's
But-
AMSR. Come on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ASMR
Yeah, no, for
before
real, he's
it's
awesome.
ASMR.
Yeah.
But he does kind of look like that fucking guy that gets the toxic plunge.
Yeah, come on.
So I feel like you pretty much covered this already, but is there anything else you want to say, like about the importance of physical media to sort of wrap up this part of the conversation?
I don't think anything like super specific, you know. It's just, I think it is an important thing because, you know, at least, you know, with that, I mean, regardless if you buy it, like whatever, you're not the person that's like creating it or whatever, but you still have a sense of ownership. You own it.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you can watch it at any time and it's going to be presented in the way that you bought it. And there's
Mhm.
nothing that can change that, you know,
Yeah.
because, you know, when these big corporations, they take over these things and they start, you know, and then you buy a subscription to it, they can do whatever they want to it. They can
Yep.
manipulate whatever they want within it. And, you know, and if you're not familiar with the media, you might not even notice. They could fucking put whatever the fuck they want in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a thing that I saw a couple of years ago, like I loved the Charlie Brown Christmas special. I love it. I love anything Charlie Brown. And
Shane, I love you.
I fucking love it. It's just it was
Yeah.
a big part of my childhood. But
Mm.
they Apple TV bought it.
Yep.
And you couldn't even order it on Amazon.
Nope.
They were not streaming in any other platform. You couldn't
Mhm.
even fucking buy it you could only get it physically. And they weren't even selling it in stores physically anymore. So you could only get like a used copy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they had that monopoly for a little bit. So you had to subscribe to Apple TV to watch like one of the most classic fucking things you can think of for the holiday.
Yeah.
And I hate that. That's terrible.
That nothing pisses me off than you can only see it on this app, but you have to pay for that app and it's not available anywhere even to buy. You're like,
That's
What?
it's just
Yeah.
terrible. Like
it's greed.
you
yeah.
know, it's like, what are you doing? You know? And then so who's to say, you know, with something like that? Like I saw a thing recently of it was an episode of I think it was the Cosby Show, and it was, I didn't watch it, but
It's
but
your
it was,
favorite show,
fucking-
Shane.
it was you know
Is that
You don't have
streaming
to-
anywhere?
you don't have to hide your drink, Stacy, you know, but so no, I'm serious. But there was a fucking video, and like there was a whole fucking thing or whatever, and whatever this fucking guy was watching, I don't know how he knew this shit. It was such an obscure episode. They cut nothing good out of it, but they cut like half of a scene out to put commercials in, and it, you know what I mean? Even though it's
Take-
minuscule,
Taking time away from the cause.
you know, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah. That's so frustrating.
Theodore Huxtable didn't do anything. He doesn't deserve this.
Oh, Theo,
like,
pour one out. R.I.P.
he didn't do a goddamn thing, man. He was a kid.
Well, that was like, did you ever hear of House of Cosby? Like this like animator back in like '08. He made this like cartoon short on YouTube about this big Bill Cosby fan that found a Cosby hair and made a cloning machine. And he was like, this is great. It could have a House of Cosbys. But the more he clones them, the dumber they get. So there's like buck naked Cosby. He plays with fire. There's bathtub Cosby. He just stays in the bathtub. And Bill Cosby found out about it for his legal troubles. And he had like a shit attack and they ripped it off YouTube. And I'm like, I describe it. It sounds like a fever dream to people. And I'm like I want
that's
a
not
box
the worst
set.
thing that Cosby did.
Yeah. I'm like, I want a box set of House of Cosby, okay?
Oh my goodness.
He's upset about that they made a cartoon of him while he's fucking, drugging women.
Yeah, like
That's crazy.
He ruined Jell-O for me and pudding pops.
Oh
Bastard.
no.
We're done with, we're done with Jell-O. It's all
We're
done.
done. We've moved past that now.
Jello's not vegetarian, actually.
I don't like some
horse hooves.
What type
Yeah,
of
it's horse
fucking
hooves.
consistency is that? Imagine that consistency. It's disgusting. What is it?
Why not? I'm bringing you pudding pops next time I see you, Shame.
I like pudding.
I love pudding. Icebox cake, pudding. It's the only thing I can make.
I can do pudding, but like Jell-O, fuck off, dude.
I know. It reminds me of being in the hospital and you're just like, I kind of want to die. Like, this is really bad. Yeah. So now we're going to move on as we're wrapping up to tattoos. Megan, take it away.
Well, I guess just like, how did you get into tattooing and like, when did you start? Like, what was that like?
I've just always been, been drawing my whole life since I was like 2 years old. And like, I just was always interested in it when I was a teenager. And then, I was going to school just because I just felt like I had to. And I didn't want to, but I didn't really know anybody to get into tattooing. And at that point, when I started tattooing, which I believe was 2009 or 10, it was very different, So like you kind of had to know, you had to meet somebody that could give you an in. If you want to do it realistically, I mean, now you can just go on YouTube and, fuck your friends up or whatever. I did it through I fucked my friends up the right way,
Yeah.
But essentially, I just kind of met the right people at the right time. They introduced me to people that were working at this shop, this dude Seth, and then Seth told me to message this other guy that was owning the shop at the time, and there was two owners. We had two shops, and I was apprenticing with one of them. One of those shops ended up closing down. And then we kind of consolidated into this one shop, and it's been the same shop that I've been at for 16 years now.
Wow.
But I had I messaged the dude on MySpace, of all things.
Wow.
And I was doing death metal like style, like pen and ink artwork at the time, and I just messaged him, and he was willing to let me come down and speak with them. So I drove the hour to Worcester and just met with him, and then he told me that I was hired for the apprenticeship, which is not a paid job, and I just did that. I did that for a year, and just was dealing with that, and then I moved out to Worcester after that, and then been out in this area ever since.
Cool. So I don't have any tattoos. So I guess my question would be like, what would like your top 3 things for someone getting a tattoo for the first time be, like, advice wise?
For the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. So, make sure that you do your research and make sure you look around, because not every tattoo artist is the same, and not everyone is created equally in that sense. You need to make sure that you find somebody that is going to do what you want to have on your body forever, and you want to make sure that there's somebody that, you know, is competent in that area and that's, you know, cleanly. And obviously, I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you're going to a reputable shop, I don't really think you need to worry about that nowadays. I mean, it's just, it should be for granted. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, use your discretion, but I mean, that shouldn't be a thing. If you're going to a real shop, like, don't find some guy on Facebook Marketplace, and fucking, and then, you know, make sure that their art style, you know, complements what you want to get done. And then also make sure that, you know, it's something that you're going to be content with, you know, because to tattoo regret, you know, is a thing. That's a thing that happens to some people. You know, and so you just make sure that it's something you definitely want. Make sure it's somebody you're comfortable with, and somebody that can do what you want them to do and do the style that you want. And then when it comes to going and getting the tattoo, usually I just recommend, like, just make sure you eat before you come in, and just eat and just be hydrated and just be like in whatever. And that's pretty much it. That's like all that really matters. You know, a lot of people will come in, they haven't eaten anything. They're fucking anxious, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, they'll faint. And that's because they don't have, you know, their blood sugar isn't high enough, or I don't really know like the exact medical terminology for it, but like if you eat, it definitely helps you so much more. You know, it's usually not as much of a big of a deal when somebody comes in, you know, after having like a decent meal and they're good and they're hydrated and whatever else, you know. But yeah, essentially it just comes down, I mean, there's so much choices now to finding somebody that can do a tattoo for you. It's just finding somebody that you enjoy, like that you like their work, and hopefully, you know, they're at least, you know, fucking personable in some way or another, and also that their work is actually legitimate and is gonna end up aging well, you know. So that's a big thing too, you know. You know, some tattoos, you know, you see online, they look unbelievable when they're first done, and then you see them 2 or 3 years later, and, you know, people's skin, it's constantly changing. Ink spreads, ink does what it does. So sometimes, you know, you'll see these tattoos that look unbelievable, and especially nowadays with the new phones and the polarizing filters and all the shit that they do now. You know, you can see some absolute AI bullshit. You'll see like the most insane shit ever, and then you'll see it in person and be like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's scary. Trying to get into, you know, if you don't really have much experience, trying to find somebody to do something, but, you know, you just gotta look around, and, you know, those are my major takes for that, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Thank you.
Like, obviously, like, you know, listen to the artist too with the, you know, the aftercare of it.
100%.
You know, that's very important and stuff. Like, don't freak out, because everybody's body, I think, reacts differently to ink and stuff. But definitely, you know, keep it clean, stay out of the sun. And Shane always says that girls sit better than guys.
100% all day.
I mean, we deal with a lot of
150%.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're tough.
you just have a higher pain tolerance in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I sit
can
like
imagine.
an absolute buttered baby. Like, I can't do anything.
I love that I told you recently, I go, is it like part of getting older? I go, like, you did my wrist. That was the last one you did.
No, that's a
And
thing.
And I went, what the fuck? My eyes are as big as meatballs. You and I are talking. And I go, wow, that was spicy. And you were like, yeah, as you get older, your pain tolerance goes down. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how the fuck have I done this all these years? And like, I've never tapped or anything, but
Yeah, you've
literally
always been fucking, you
sit
know,
like
like
a
a statue.
stone.
But like, yeah, the wrist is that's the next level, and especially like, you know, we're fucking, what are we, 60 now? I don't, you know, we're fucking,
yeah, we're getting over the hill now. Yeah, it's just, it's
we're done,
brutal,
dude.
but you know. And then like another thing is like, trust your artist. But if you don't feel like something's right, you can work with them and stuff.
Of course,
Like,
you need
you
to,
know-
you need to advocate for yourself and make sure that it's something that you want to have on you. But in the end, you know, if it's something that's like minuscule or, you know, insignificant, you should listen to the artist, because in the end, this is what we do. And we know, like, I know certain things that is going to age well and look good later, once way after you leave the shop and way after the honeymoon phase is done. You know, that's what matters. It doesn't matter about the Instagram post, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just remember, Shane, one of my favorite stories with you, it was maybe my fourth tattoo in with you, was the early days. And I went to get Sam Raimi hanging from the meat hook from Intruder, slasher movie that takes place in a supermarket. And I remember I drove down and you were like, dude, I'll comp you for gas. I've tried every angle. It's just really weird. I don't feel confident enough. And I went, no, you're fine, dude. And literally you were like, give me some time. I'll see if I can figure it out. A lot of artists, Megan, would be like, no, I'm going to half-ass it. Sit down in the chair. I'll take your money. Instead, Shane was like, and I think it was like less than a year later, literally knocked it out of the fucking park, because portraits are your thing. And that's at a weird angle. You know, just the photograph it's based off of. You could have done a copy and paste trace. Literally, Sam Raimi himself, like, lost his mind over it. And I've really proposed some really bizarre, like, Final Destination 3 tattoos, Gladiator 2 hand tattoo, which Shane's like, so you're just bitching about the movie for the past 45 minutes. That's what we're going with? And I went, yep. Green Inferno. And literally Shane's like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Like, let's go. And just, it's really good.
Are not a good combination.
No, any hyperfixation. I'm always like, do I have too many Joe Carey's on me? And Shane's like,
dude, I'm ready
I'll
to
let
go.
you know.
I mean, you're still, I mean, in the end, it's like, okay, you might not, you know, we're not on a Final Destination 3 podcast right now, but you still love Final Destination 3, do you not?
Exactly. And I always say it's beautiful, beautiful portraits. Like, I can't tell you how many times people have thought my bug tattoo is my dad, because I'm always like, this is my deceased mother. And then they go, is that your dad? And I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. Not the rapist
Bug.
from Uncle
Yeah.
Buck.
That's Bug. Yeah.
I remember you
It's my
just literally
dad,
going, Bug. And I'm like, only you would be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just fucking do it. And it's just,
I don't give
it's
a
so
fuck.
much fun to just have a good rapport with your tattoos. Like, me and Shane have been friends for years, but literally I come to him with the most batshit crazy ideas. And one time I went, do I have too many Joe Carey's on me? Am I becoming that guy? And you went, don't worry, I'll let you know when we've reached that point. You're not there yet. And I'm like,
personally, I don't give a fuck.
yeah, let's do
and
it.
You know, it's like, whatever you want to do, like, you know, I'm here for it. I support it. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
and you're constantly
fucking
growing as an artist. I remember once I wanted to get, like, my fingers tattooed, and you're like, it's very painful and it's very hard. Like, they age really, like, not well. You said, like, they blow out really easily. Just like your hand, the skin on your hands are constantly changing. That's why I really have to, like, keep up with my hand tattoos. But you kind of gave me the advice. You were like, I know right now you're seeing it on Instagram. It looks really kitschy. It looks cute. You were like, you're going to have to come back again and again and again, no matter how good the work is. And I listen to Shane because I'm like, no, he's fucking right. Like, this guy's a pro. And I'm sure you have your regular customers, like, you know, a girl that just turned 18 that's like, I want an hourglass. And you're like, yeah, let's do it, man.
yeah. No, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'll kind of do whatever, but, you know, if it's something that I don't think is going to end up aging well, or the client is going to be happy with it over time, or I don't want to have my name attached to it if I know it's going to suck. You
The
know what
best
I mean?
of your ability, yeah.
Yeah, that
and
makes
it's like, or
sense.
something that, like, I know it's not going to look good later.
Mhm.
And like, they're going to be like, oh, that looks like fucking shit, dude. Like, who did it? You know, I don't want to say, oh, this guy, you know. But yeah, the Intruder tattoo is probably my favorite one I think I've done on you, because who has an Intruder tattoo? You're the only one, I think, that has a fucking
Thank you.
Intruder tattoo. Like, that's the
yeah.
sickest. I love that movie. I can watch the movie every day.
It's so good.
I
You
love
gotta
the
be the
night
only
that-
one with that bug tattoo too. Like,
100. I'm the only person that
I
has
think you're
bugs.
the only one with the majority of the tattoos that you have. I'd be hard pressed to find majority of fucking people that have it. I mean, I know, like, yeah, people have your Twin Peaks, they have the Stranger Things stuff, definitely.
Yeah.
But like, no, nobody has
Ted
fuck, what do
Raimi
we-
from Darkman. Yeah, like, okay.
Yeah, nobody has Skinner. Ted Raimi
Skinner!
from fucking Skinner, dude. Like,
I'm
no
gonna show you
chance.
Skinner. I
You
remember
do
during
have
the
Ted Raimi from Dark Man when he's screaming, right? Like he's
both got 2 Teds. I remember during the pandemic, I was so thirsty to go to cons. I did one of those you pay and you're like in one of these setups. And he was filming his creep show like interview episode. And I like awkwardly like lifted my leg up into frame, like real sexy. And I'm like, look, Ted. And he was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then the host was like, okay, your time's up. And he goes, give it 5 more minutes. And I'm like, Shane
hey,
for the
good
win.
for fucking him. I mean, he needs to realize, like, yeah, you're the one. Like, he
Yeah.
needs to respect this. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Respect the
Yeah.
still. But
respect
Meg,
the fucking still, bro.
respect the fucking still. But Megan,
Yeah,
I
for
am
real.
pumped for you to get your first tattoo. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
can we
see.
imagine like 38 and you're getting your first tattoo.
I won't be 38 anymore
You'll be-
either.
Age is not a number. Just we're not aging anymore. It's fine.
Where's it going?
I mean, I have an idea, but I haven't like committed yet. So, but the only place I've ever really wanted like tattoos are like my like forearms. I'm sure I'll like want them other places after I get
Oh, you're gonna get
tattoos
addicted.
there.
Yeah.
But like that's like the only place I've ever kind of like my wrist down to like my elbow, like that area.
That's
So
good spot. Start for sure.
yeah.
Blank canvas. I love it. Well, Shane, this was a fucking riot. I mean, I mentioned you so many times it could be a drinking game. I'm always like, yeah, Shane. Yeah, Jeanette. Yeah, Casey. Yeah. Shane, is there anything you would like to plug? Your shop, your artwork, Theater of Creeps. What do you got going on?
Yeah, for follow on Instagram, S Murphy Tattoo. That's my tattoo page. Theater of Creeps. That's the shit. You should follow it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then yeah, nobody cares about my other shit. So yeah, Theater of Creeps and S Murphy Tattoo. I got VHS tapes.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to have you back. Thank you, Shane. And I guess over and out.
Well, hold on, Stace. So yeah, you
Dude,
can
this
also
is a long-ass
find.
episode.
I'm just gonna do our social media.
Oh, we forgot to plug. Yeah.
Fuck you.
All right, you're gonna have to cut that all out. All right.
So
Where can they
you
find us, Megan?
You can also follow us on Instagram at Skullrock Broadcast. I'm at Steady Stories. Stacy is at Stay Still Reviews. And definitely check out our Patreon as well for bonus content and just to help support the show. But yeah, it was super fun to talk to you and to meet you, Shane. And hopefully we'll
well.
talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Over and out.
Over and out.